You do a test today, you see another doctor tomorrow, they tell you to do the same test. In September 2022, I lost my dad. Before he died, 5 months till his death was what exposed me to the issues around healthcare. Basically, between April and September, when he finally died, he saw at least 6 doctors.
Using just one doctor.
From using one doctor in 17 years.
To using 6 doctors in 5 months. 5 months.
5 months. People could easily die if there's a misdiagnosis, if there is if anything shifts.
It's a beautiful Friday and I'm here at MyItura, an amazing startup that is solving problems in the health tech industry. And what they are doing is really nice. So they are helping people digitalize their medical records and help them transfer it from one healthcare provider to the other.
Itura means my comfort or my good health. It's Yoruba.
I'm here at the office to speak with the CEO, staff members, and just really document what they are doing. And I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful time. Come with me. What does it look like running MyItura in a day?
Every day comes with its own troubles, right? Every day comes with its own troubles.
Okay. How do you make decisions? Like, you have to make decisions every day. What's like your process when you're thinking about those decisions you have to make for your business as a leader? How do you do that?
I think every day I'm faced with so many decisions. I think my way to making decisions is honestly one, if it's something I don't have to make immediately, I'm trying to get as much data as I can, to use the data to make a decision. But at times, if there is insufficient data and I have to make an immediate decision, then I just go with the gut here. So basically today on MyItura, we have platforms for various healthcare providers. And then for users also, we have a mobile app on Android and iOS for users to use. So for doctors, hospitals, there's a booking and a telemedicine platform. So unlike the doctor having to write a note, there's an AI transcription, automatic, it just happens automatically. So the doctor only reviews that.
It reviews it.
Yeah, at the end of the call. Every day, the idea, we onboard healthcare providers, doctors, hospitals, labs, pharmacies, and we onboard patients, direct users now. So yeah, my typical day, wake up.
Obviously.
So on days when I'm not coming to the office, work from home, wake up, get ready for the work. I think my meetings start often around 10 in the morning. Putting out fires, responding to mails.
The life of a startup founder.
Honestly,
we should go in now and see some of your guys.
Okay, no issues. This is Ola.
Okay. Hi, Ola.
Right, the designer on it.
This man with the nice cap.
Honestly, yeah.
It looks like this man is the one that has the most money in this company.
I'm telling you,
he's not using salary to survive. See, his glass is gold-plated.
No jokes.
He's he's just here. This job is just part-time, I understand.
Honestly, I agree. Temitope is also part of our content team.
Okay.
Polani.
She's already looking like it.
Yeah, she's a back-end lead.
Okay.
Media leads our content team.
Okay.
And Femi leads our design.
Our design. That's why he has a special chair for us.
Yeah, so it's the chief.
Those design people, they do shakara a lot. Yeah. So what excites you about working here and the product itself?
It's the opportunity to contribute to the health sector, to the health space in Nigeria. As we know, the healthcare in Nigeria is rapidly evolving now, and MyItura is that product that would really, it's actually bridging the gap, accessibility gap, the ease of access to healthcare. I'm excited to actually be part of this.
What do you do when it's good here?
Okay, so I work on the back-end team.
Okay.
I lead the back-end.
What does that mean? Back-end? Yes, tell me. I'm a layman.
Okay, so explaining what backend does is very hard in the sense that you can't really see it. It's not like front end where you can see the buttons and all that.
Okay.
If backend does not work, front end cannot
work. One thing that excites you working here?
I think that I am very interested in products,
Okay.
right? Most of my career has been in financial technology, but when I spoke to the CTO about MyItura, there was this excitement that I got from the product. In fact, I recently even onboarded my mom.
How has it been working here? Has it been for your own career, you personally?
I mean, I'll say it's been fulfilling, yeah.
Fulfilling?
Yeah, I think I've always
Interesting.
wanted to work on something that would really change lives. And clearly that's what MyItura is doing, yeah. We're trying to ensure that people have access to healthcare.
Okay.
You don't have to struggle to talk to a doctor. You do not get to skip the waiting line, right? Ease of access, affordability. So I'm just excited about the opportunity to actually contribute to this.
Who is your favorite person to work with here?
Definitely Emmanuel.
Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Who do I work with best? I think it will be Femi. Femi Design.
Everybody kind of like reaches out to the back end instead. Like I
You are the
give,
mommy that feeds everybody.
yeah, like we feed the system basically.
It's good that you
So,
just accepted that.
so there's an issue on the customer end, customer service. They call, oh, Falari, something is not working. Or front end, oh, so this is not working as it should. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I changed something.
Okay.
And then yeah, business also. So it's like it's kind of interfacing everybody.
Beautiful. One last question. If you were to describe Shina with one word, what would it be?
I would say it's kind of like the glue. It's the glue between the engineering and other teams.
Okay.
So aside engineering will just be engineering doing its thing, and then business and every other thing, content will be doing their stuff.
It was really nice talking to you.
Same here.
Who gives you the biggest stress?
Among all the team members.
Yes. Who
should
gives?
have-
She's laughing already.
Yeah, exactly.
Is she the one?
Yeah, she is. She's
She gives you the
the tech
biggest.
team, right? Do with tech teams, right? They are very proud.
Very, very.
And honestly,
Very, very.
extremely proud.
And they can walk out on you at any
They
point.
can
They just
can
leave your
so
business hanging.
break your heart.
I remember somebody that was to do a website for me, and the guy just left me in the middle of the project.
Oh God.
Finish it.
luckily, we don't have such issues. Polani also won us some money last year.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Welcome
Yeah.
to our humble office.
So this is really good. You have like something going on here for you, and I think that you should be congratulated. Really good stuff. Really good stuff.
Thank you so much.
So I'm curious, why health? Did you do anything in school related to health, or why?
No, I didn't. My background is engineering, then finance. But I have friends who are doctors.
Okay.
Prior to that, growing up, your parents wanted you to be a doctor. But,
Trust me, I wanted to be a doctor till extreme before destiny changed.
Exactly, but I never considered that. But for me, we conceived health primarily because of a bad experience I had, right?
Okay.
That was in 2022. In September 2022, I lost my dad. Before he died, 5 months till his death was what exposed me to the issues around healthcare. So in April 2022, we lost our family doctor. This was a family doctor we had for 17 years. My dad had high blood pressure, but I managed him very well for the whole time. He was good. He was never
there was no
sick.
crisis.
There was no crisis. He was never admitted in the hospital. Just use your drug and you're fine. But after the doctor died, a few weeks after, he had a complaint, and as he would normally do, going to a doctor. But basically, between April and September, when he finally died, he saw at least 6 doctors. Six different
from
doctors.
using just one doctor.
From using one doctor in 17 years.
To using 6 doctors in
5 months.
5 months.
5 months.
Interesting.
And basically, for every doctor he had to see, he had to start his story all over. You call him a few days after and he's telling you, the drug did not work. It's not working. I still have pains in my hands, I have pains in my legs, or so. There's always a complaint. It's not working, basically. And then, the whole thing happened. He suffered a stroke, and within a week he was dead.
Wow.
But I think that experience caused myself, my younger brother. So my younger brother, okay, so my younger brother also has healthcare experience. He has a PhD in environmental engineering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think that experience got us to sit down and be like, okay, so how come, despite advancements in tech, looking at fintech, for example, today with BVN, if I were a financial institution,
I can track everything about you.
Track your financial history, and that's financial history. Now we're talking health history. Health history that is basically more important because, man, we're talking about lives, right?
Yeah.
People could easily die if there's a misdiagnosis, if there is if anything shifts, if you give someone the wrong drug, they could die. I had a story, I think 2 weeks ago now, of a lady that had high blood sugar. She suffered from hyperglycemia. She had managed it. She was on a particular gram of the drug. Then she went for a routine checkup, and they noticed there was a spike, which could have been temporary if the history was known. But based on the reading at that day, a doctor prescribed a higher gram to her. And after taking the drug for 2 days, she was bedridden. For 2 days, she could not move. She was so weak, they had to admit her. Basically, someone that had not eaten any carbohydrates now for a very long time, like direct carbohydrates, she's been very careful around it. They had to basically pump her with carbohydrates, things like that, just to get the blood pressure up, because basically it was too low. The healthcare records is important. It's something everybody should have. Every doctor attending to a patient should know where this patient is coming from. What has it or she been diagnosed of anything in the past? How was it treated? How did he or she react to things? Okay, what are the tests they've done in the past? What are the new tests you need to do? Not a case of, you do a test today, you see another doctor tomorrow, they tell you to do the same test. And you
see, I was at the hospital some days back. So I didn't go to the normal family hospital. I went somewhere else.
Yeah.
So when I talked to the doctor, firstly, what I noticed was that she was writing it on paper, everything. So in my head, I'm like, okay, so this thing I've complained about now, and you are treating me, how do I carry these two? And then, so if I go there, I'll still tell them this whole story. And
how do you transfer
this? Because she wrote it on paper. I was even asking, this thing I write, because you know how doctors write illegibly. So I didn't see what she was writing exactly. I was not like, this thing you're writing, hope that my sickness is not plenty. She said, no, she's just writing all my story.
Doctors know.
So I'm like, so it's all my story that I write, and you're writing on the paper. Are you going to is there a way to digitalize it?
Exactly.
Interesting.
On MyItura, we have platforms for various healthcare providers.
Okay. And
then for users also, we have a mobile app on Android and iOS for users to use. Basically, we have 2 landing pages. One for providers, so this is a provider landing page, doctor, pharmacy, laboratory, clinics, and there's also a patient landing page. So you can book a test, talk to a doctor, that there's an AI that you can ask any health-related question if you don't want to talk to a doctor yet. So there's this thing in AI called AI hallucinations, where you ask AI something, it gives you a completely different answer. Because of that, what we've done is when it gives you answers, it gives you the sources of the answers.
Oh, I see.
And then it refers you also.
So it gives you the link also.
Yes, and it refers you to healthcare providers. So that if you now need to talk to a doctor, you can now proceed. Oh, this is not enough. Then you can now book a consultation with a doctor. Select a day, select a time, and book an appointment.
So easy.
So easy, so seamless, right?
So I think that you're solving something really cool, and I'm hoping that it can bring as much impact as possible to the society. So why are you not married?
Luckily, I'm not married.
Speak marriage into your life. Because when you're seeing you're not married, you must find a wife for him now.
Oh my God. Luckily, in this room, only one person is married. So I guess
it's a
they're all
people's
still
company.
young. Yeah.
You're all still young. You know, the stress is too much. Sometimes when you get home, you need to come to a relaxing environment, eat well, and all of that.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you this year.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
By
This year.
December, must we agbada to your wedding?
Oh, I'm sure, 100%. 100%.
So how do you relax? How do you running a startup should be listed as one of 1,000 ways to die?
Honestly, I agree completely.
You people that are doing it, my hands are up. You guys are the real heroes. So how do you relax? How do you recharge?
I think my way of relaxing is watching a movie, sleeping.
They say that millennials, 30 plus men can never sit through a movie till the end. Please tell me that that's not true.
That's not true for me.
Because it's true for me.
I see. Nah. I'm not that old then. That's not true for me. Honestly, oftentimes when I have a clogged up head, so I sing.
Oh, nice.
I sing. I like to listen to music too.
Okay.
So at times just put a music, just allow it to play for as long as possible, or watch a movie. I have friends that ask for recommendations.
Nice.
Yeah, apparently I like to ask people for recommendations. I could ask 2-3 people, please. Can you recommend
Is this movie good?
No, just recommend a good movie that I just sit and watch.
Interesting. I'm the opposite. I watch my movies in silos, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and I sleep. I'm a proper 30 plus man.
No, not for me.
Okay, that's nice. So, your startup journey, what's one challenge you faced building, not even this, maybe in your other endeavors, one challenge that was really big that you had to surmount?
Every day, new issues come up.
Okay.
New issues, licensing issues, at times.
Nigeria is such an interesting place.
Yeah. Nigeria is such an interesting.
How do you deal with government regulations? Do they affect your business directly?
Not currently. Not currently. I think health tech regulations around health tech is still in its nascent stages. Things are just starting to happen.
So what challenges do you have to surmount right now building this? Do you have issues with partners, hospitals, clinics?
Exactly. So in terms of building MyItura, I think partnerships. When we started MyItura, we approached a number of hospitals. Because back then we wanted to just focus on records.
Okay.
Just give us the records. Let's interplay.
Okay.
If you have manual records, we'll digitize, and then users can have access and all. But the truth is, a number of healthcare providers were not willing to release such.
And with good reason.
Yeah, with good reason. So we had to start gathering our own records. Start building tools that we can use to have our own records. That way we can now approach hospitals with the idea of interoperability. Give us yours. Your patient can get their records on our platform and get their records on your own platform. That's what we are now building now. But getting people to trust. There is a major challenge MyItura has, which is culture shift.
Okay.
Doctors, like you said, doctors are used to writing with
yes.
that. So getting them now to start.
I can tell you, this lady's her hand was moving very fast. I was like, understand. I can't write like this again. I need to type exactly.
But for some people, that is what they are used to. That is what they want to do, So there's a need for a culture shift. So, and getting culture shift is like the hardest thing to do, honestly. Normally, it's good to build businesses that align with the culture. But in this case, we understand that we are the only ones still in this culture. Outside of Nigeria, EHR, EMR, things are different, Same thing with health insurance. Outside of Nigeria, health insurance is a thing. You look at the US, some of the top companies in the US are health insurance companies or healthcare companies. The United Health or this or the CVS, But in Nigeria, the culture is different. Health insurance companies are not.
Blood of Jesus is our savior.
Honestly, they are not as rich as health insurance companies are not as rich as they should be. When you are saying all the health insurance companies combined are not even making up to 100 billion naira per annum. When banks are, you know, even some startups
So
today.
it goes back to our culture.
Exactly,
Yes.
our culture.
Because many people don't even have health insurance. We are just like, God will help us.
God
in
will
life.
help
The
us.
grace of God will keep us.
God will help us. People are not checking even annual checks. You know,
Yeah.
people are already 30 and they've never had an annual check. And then you see maybe someone. Today you have people in their 30s have high blood pressure, right? And you see someone that did not even know they had.
Yeah.
Before they knew they had, maybe the high blood pressure has destroyed something. Maybe
their body.
destroyed the kidney or destroyed
Sad.
something else.
Very
It's always so sad. So there is a need for a cultural shift, and it needs to happen holistically. So right now, I think we are just building the building blocks
Of that shift.
Yeah.
So finally, paint me a picture of the future of MyItura.
Yeah.
Paint me a picture. Where do you see it?
I think the picture for us and what we see is MyItura becoming that infrastructure upon which healthcare providers, not just in Nigeria now, across sub-Saharan Africa and even the emerging markets, becoming that infrastructure that healthcare providers can use to digitize their own processes. So I think in fintech, the common example would be like an InterSwitch, right?
Okay.
Building that foundation, that infrastructure
yes.
that everybody plugs can plug into, and we just continue to do the work of the infrastructure. Because at the end of the day, I think our core experience and the core for us is the health tech. You know, the health operations, we can allow other people. Being that infrastructure, today we have a number of APIs that we are starting to open up. We have telemedicine APIs that other health tech companies and hospitals can leverage it into. Simple plug and play, and then you have a telemedicine service without doing a lot of work. Integrated. We're also working around such APIs too for records. We are working around such APIs for tests. So the idea is we'll build out these APIs and everybody can connect into it while we continue to expand and consolidate the infrastructure.
So it's been nice talking with you and talking with everybody here, meeting everybody. I think that you are doing something really nice, and I can't wait to interview in the UK.
Sure.
So when you guys expand to the UK, to Dubai, to US,
definitely,
I'll fly down, come and do another bigger shoot at that point.
And that'll be soon.
That'll be soon. No problem. We're doing that. We're doing that. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming.
Yes.
And it's a pleasure to have you.